guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so the past couple of months I've been doing the glow up challenge and I have really been taking care of my skin in new ways, so I wanted to do an update on where my skin was. I'm going to show a couple of clips of how my skin is doing. It's really doing tremendously better. I have makeup on now, but there's minimal texture, so texture is kind of like it's gone. Now it's just fading these spots on my cheeks. Granted, I am not an esthetician, I am not a dermatologist, and I suggest that you all take my advice with a grain of salt and do what is best recommended to you by a professional. I'm just letting you know my journey and the things I've learned and what I'm doing, what I've stopped doing. So you'll see in the clips that my cheeks still need to be faded a little bit, but texture is going down and the size of my pores on my nose is going down as well. So today I wanted to talk about skincare tips, like reflections, maybe 4 tips and tricks, and like me reflecting on things I used to do and I no longer do, and things that have been working for me. And also I've got a few new skincare goodies I'd like to show y'all. So let's get into it. Numero 1, everyone and their mama on YouTube and social media advertises drinking water for skincare. Now, I'm not really someone who drinks soda like at all or juices like that, so I really don't drink anything besides water. So before my skincare routine, I was drinking this much water. After I started my skincare routine, I was drinking this much water. So you mean to tell me so you can tell that these 2 containers of water are the exact same size. That's right, folks. I have changed and transformed my skin by not changing the amount of water I drink. If you already drink a pretty good amount of water, enhancing that isn't really going to make a difference in your skincare, in my personal opinion. So that tip, if you're already drinking water, you should kind of almost disregard and go to step 2. So the next tip, this is kind of like all in one category. It's like, take everyone's advice with a grain of salt. The next tip was products that everyone advertised that just, no, I say no to this. No to this. It doesn't work for me. Actually, it gave me like small little bumps. If I was gonna suggest one, if I was gonna suggest a drugstore cleanser, I would suggest CeraVe. This one is kind of like dirty because it's been in my shower. This one. Just take people's advice with a grain of salt. Some people have genetics, that's why they have amazing skin. I really don't have pimples. It's just I have acne scarring from my middle school and high school days. So the next tip I would say for me that I have stopped doing, also I still drink a lot of water. I stopped taking people's recommendations kind of lightly. The next tip was I put down the natural products. I don't eat this bentonite clay. This is kind of out for me. I could still use this in my hair, but as a face mask, this is out. Aloe Vera, this too is out. I think when I'm on more of like a skincare maintenance journey, I can bring back the natural products. But as for getting my skin to where I want, I need to do like kind of more drastic things, add more chemical exfoliants to really aid in the speed and the effectiveness of what I'm doing. The next tip I would say was beauty vitamins and beauty supplements. I'm starting to doubt the effectiveness of these and whether or not they're making a difference. After I started counting calories, I've realized like these every day have 20 calories in them, and this one has 25. And I was trying to be like, I know it's just 20 calories, but I can eat a pack of baby carrots for 25 calories. I was just questioning, like, is this really transforming my skin? So instead, just making sure I have all my vitamins from the food I'm eating, as well as I already take a multivitamin. So I think these were just kind of supplemental, to say like supplemental at best. So y'all let me know down below in the comments. Do skincare vitamins, do they transform your skin and your body? If they do, maybe I'll buy them again, or I'll find a low calorie one, because these were also kind of pricey. These were like $13 a piece, $13.99 for 25. And there's like 25 vitamins in here. No, it's 25 servings. So this is like every month $13. So it's kind of adds up over time. So next, let's go into some products that really helped me out for my journey. I finished the Farmacy Honey Glow product. This is A+. I would get this again at the Sephora sale, or I'd get the cherry one. I really want to try that one. This is a good product. I enjoyed this, and it lasted me quite a minute. So the next, since that one's out, I had a backup of another product. This is a Dermalogica Active Clearing Serum. It's the mini size. Yeah, so it's the mini one, and I use that, and I've just started using it like a week ago. It's kind of going kind of fast, but I'm using this twice, 2 to 3 times a week. I use that product. The next thing I use for my routine is the Salicylic 2% mask by The Ordinary. This mask I like this mask. It helps. Every time I finish using it, my skin feels brighter, lighter. I really appreciate this mask, and this is like the only mask in my routine. Next thing I use in the daytime, in the morning, my morning routine, I use this Sephora. Well, let me use it with one hand, because you guys have already seen this. This Sephora Vitamin C in the morning on my cheeks. Then I put this Dermalogica SPF on my face. And before all of that, I spray witch hazel just to tone, because I work out and I want just cleanness. So I use this is my morning routine, these products. And then at night, you already saw what I use for treatment, for face mask. I use this. This is the Fresh Deep Hydration cream. Oh, so good. This is so good. This is so good. I really, really enjoy this. And then for exfoliating products that I use, 2 to 3 times a week, I use the Micro Exfoliant by Dermalogica in the morning. And yeah, let's talk about cleansers. I recently finished this one by Soap & Glory. I got this from the drugstore. I have the oil cleanser by Sephora brand to take off my makeup. Use this as a cleanser. This I wouldn't repurchase, but it got the job done, and it made my pores on my nose smaller. It was a smidge drying, but you guys know how I like to buy my cleansers from the drugstore, because that's about like the only product I really buy from the drugstore. Cleansers and maybe like a toner, like a morning toner, or like a face spray, like a rose spray. But I found that I have more active ingredients from things I buy at Sephora. They're not always expensive. Like The Ordinary isn't expensive, it's just effective. Or I'll use like CeraVe cleanser as well. Now let's talk about new products that I have purchased. I have this Kiehl's Calendula Deep Cleansing Foaming Wash Face Wash. I'm super excited to try this. I've used it a couple times this week. So far so good. So far so good. I like this. $30. I got that from Sephora. And then I got this from Nordstrom. This is $24. It's the Paula's Choice Advanced Replenishing Toner. So basically what I'm trying to do is add a ton of hydration to my skin as I exfoliate and make it anew. Next year I want to go to an esthetician and potentially a dermatologist. That's my goal for next year. I think my skin is in a good place to seek that next step. I've kind of done all I can do at home and by my own research and curating my collection and seeing what works for me and what doesn't work for me. So the next step is going to a dermatologist or a esthetician. I know I could have done this before. I went to them. I just, you know, shorty didn't have the funds, and I'm also in like a headspace where I'm willing to make an investment in my skincare. What are some of y'all's skincare tips? Do you have any updates or changes to your routine? What are some tips that you have ignored, and what's some tips that you really hold on to deeply? I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Thank you so much. Y'all have an amazing day. And let me know if there's any favorite skincare YouTubers you have, because I love watching skincare videos.